The 17th of March, Rabbi Levitt, Gemora.
Lou, are we set for today? Someone. We set for today?
Okay.
Good morning, Lou.
Good morning. Good morning. Hello again.
Good
morning again.
Metzia,
Bava Metzia.
page 2.
Okay. So,
Okay. The beginning.
well, we did the Mishnah. And we did the first
The first part. Mission.
first part of the Gemora.
Right. Oh, okay.
So we're up to, I think, Umiyu Tana Lishna the Almanokats. Right? We asked the question, Lamali the Mishnah, why do we have to say both Ani Matzasiha and also Kulu Shali? So we explained. We gave an answer to that. What was the answer? The answer was that otherwise one might think that the Mishnah is telling you that you won't need to actually, you can make a kinyan even before it comes into your hand simply by spotting it and looking and seeing that there's an item there that it could be acquired. So therefore, that's what, if it just said Animat Sasiya, you might have thought to say, even before it comes into your hand, then that would constitute a kinyan. Therefore, the Mishnah goes ahead and says the second statement, Kulu Shali, and it belongs to me, to indicate that it had to come into his hand. Till it comes into his hand, he has not made a kinyan, and that's what the Mishnah is telling us. And then it says, Umiyu. Or let's actually no, that's let's start from where it says in umatzasiha dekra the asaliyade mashma. See where that is?
Im.
In the answer that Gemara gives.
Right, it's the last word on the line. The first word on the line is Rabbanai. It's about 15 lines from the bottom.
2A2, left-hand column, the last paragraph.
Yeah.
The Gemara answers.
Okay, got it.
Okay, Roy, you want to start?
Okay, thank you. Pain, true. Umatzasa, Bekara, de Asa, Leyode, Mashmai. True. The scriptural expression, and you will find it, indeed connotes that it has come into his hand. So, and you find it, it means that you've got it in hand. however, Tana Lishnai de Alma Nokat. I might have thought that the Tana in this Mishnah followed the common usage of language. Umida Chose lay Omar Aino Ashkohis, and in the common usage, as soon as one sees a lost object, he says, I found it. But al gav delo asai Piriya Ba'alama Kane, and therefore, so as soon as one sees a lost object, he says, I found it, and therefore I might have thought that even though it did not come into his hand, he acquires the lost object by the mere act of looking upon it, as explained above. Kana Kula Shali, therefore the Mishnah states also the claim of it is mine, it is all mine. It is all mine. The Firiya, the Alama Le Elo Kanai Lo, to teach that by the mere act of looking upon it, he cannot acquire it. And the Gemora asks something further, but I don't know if I want to stop there or not.
Yeah, no, you already said more than a mouthful over here.
Okay.
This is very confusing because I thought that this is what we said before the Gemora, so to speak, answered the question. So we see that we went wrong over here somewhere. Okay, so all right, let's read let's read the Rashi over here. Oh, do we have any Rashi? Hardly any Rashi. Rashi doesn't comment too much.
Okay. Maybe the it's and the usage of common language is something to think about.
First, we have to understand what the question was and what's the Gemora answering. And I see from the answer the Gemora is giving that we didn't have the question right. What was the question?
The question is, when you say I found it, does that mean that you actually put it in your hand?
Is it like holding it? Is it like you grabbing it? It's yours. But the see, I have a question with that in general, only because I understand it when you talk about a lost object. Oh, I found my lost object because it was yours. But it's another thing when we're talking about something coming out of Hefka. Can you say I found it, something that was not yours originally to begin with? You know, oh, I'm claiming it out of Hefka. That's not really that kind of finding. It's not necessarily the same situation.
Okay, you're all saying very interesting things, but are you trying to explain the Gemara's question? I want to know what the Gemara's question was. The Gemara says, "Umi motzis amart." Can you say this? The Gemara is asking a question.
Right.
And the Gemara is answering the question.
Yes, he's saying looking at it means that it works. You know, looking at it, good.
The Gemora is asking, couldn't it be that when he says I found it, that he means I took possession of it, I physically held onto it, rather than I saw it? That's the question. The answer is no. It can't mean that.
Okay. Wow. Okay. All right. Well, Okay, if that's what it is, okay. So let's take a look at the Rashi then.
What? I thought you used to saying it is all mine. No.
Not sure. I'm not really sure here at all. I'm not sure at all. I'm missing the steps of the Gemora over here. I don't know how the Gemara is proceeding from one step to another. It's very confusing. Lama Lila Misna. Okay, maybe Rashi will clarify it. Let's take a look at Rashi.
Which is the Rashi?
We'll start from the beginning of the Rashis. Let's see, Re'ise, on the Gemara.
Risi, I saw it. Kodim Gati before he picked it up.
Re'ise before Shad Basa also.
Right before it was picked up.
Now, where is that Re'ise in the Gemara?
Got to be much earlier than this.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Okay. Okay, fine. Let's go to the next Rashi. Ria Kani. Louis, you want to read? Ria Kani.
Okay,
Oh, there's Re'ise. My Metzia, see Re'ise.
I don't see Uriah Kani.
Second Rashi on the Gemara.
Oh, down on the Gemara, that's where I'm not right in the right place, but I'm in the Mishnah. Here, Gemara. Beria Kana. Midikatani Loko.
Oh boy.
That he Midikatani.
Yeah, that I taught. Yeah, chloko, and we divide it up equally.
Mhm. Yeah, we taught in the Mishnah, from the fact that we taught in the Mishnah that the din is Yachloku. What do we see from the fact that the Mishnah told us that the din in this case is when each one of them says this claim, Ani mitzasicha Riyakone. Where in the Gemara does it say Beria Kani? Beria Kani? Beria Ba'alma Kani. The Gemara says. Rashi doesn't have the exact girsa that we have. So since the din in the Mishnah it says Yachloku, I might have thought to say Afogav Deloy Asoy Liode, even though it did not come yet into my hands. Beria, Gemara says Ba'alma Kani. Just with the mere spotting it by sight, that would constitute that he acquired it. So this was the Gemara's answer why it is that he needs to make these two tainas. He needs to say mitzvah siha, and he needs to say kulu shali.
Just saying,
Okay.
as far as I can see, it's wishy-washy. It's, I mean, we could both say, we saw it first. I saw it first. No, I saw it first. No, I saw it first. It's mine. No, it's mine. It's mine. You know,
Well, that's why we're saying yachloku. That's why we're dividing it, because we don't know
yes.
we don't know who actually did get it first.
And
What's
so
the question?
I saw it from a mile away because I looked through a telescope. Does that count? What does it mean? I
I
saw
looked through a telescope.
you know, binoculars, and then I saw it. Ah, so it's mine.
Yeah, if he saw it, then it's his. That's what we would have thought. Therefore, the Gemara therefore the Gemara explains that's why the Tana of the Mishnah added on to the claim of the person is saying kula shali. So he's saying two things. He's saying ani mitzvah, I found it, and in addition, he's adding on to that kula shali, and the whole thing is mine. So with that, the Gemara thought that will now tell us that, Beria lo kani, with mere sighting and spotting of the object, that does not constitute a kinyan. Until it comes into his hands, he has not actually made an acquisition. So in other words, if he would come to us in the Bezdin and claim to us, yes, I saw it first, we'll say, it's very nice, Rebbe Yid. We believe you even. We could believe you that you saw it first. But this that you saw it first doesn't cause you to acquire it. Because the only way that you could acquire it is if you pick it up first. So you've not really made a claim which will get you the object that you're claiming. Because if your claim is simply that I saw it first, that's not a claim that's not gonna get anything. His claim has to be, I picked it up first. And so the Gemara is saying over here, this is why the Tana of the Mishnah says that the two people are making this claim. They're saying two things. They're saying, number one, ani mitzasiha, I found it. And there's also saying, kulu shali, and it's all mine. And at this point in the Gemara, we're saying that we understand what the Gemara asked the question. Why does the Tana of the Mishnah need to say that these two individuals said both of these statements? So right now the Gemara is saying, because if all he would have said was ani matzasiha, I found it first, we would have thought to say that all that means is I spotted it first. I was the first one to see it. And that would not, and then we would have thought to say that even spotting it first without actually picking it up would constitute a kinyan, and that's not so. That's not right. So therefore, the Tana records that he also claimed kula shali. Beria lo kani, He's not acquiring it with mere spotting it and citing it. Until he does a physical act of hagbah, of picking it up, he cannot be kona the object from hefker. Okay, so that's where we are at that point in the Gemora. Okay, so the Gemora had a question. Why do you have to say ani matzasiha and also kulo sheli? And the Gemora answered that question. Now the Gemora had a follow-up question. Actually, maybe we never actually even did this question. Maybe that's what's confusing me, because we never did this question. Really, we should have started out today with the umi motzis amart. That's where we should have started out today. Okay. Yeah. Let's do that now, and then maybe we'll be able to understand what's going on over here. So the Gemora had one question, answered that one question. Now the Gemora is asking another question. Mi motzis amart. Yeah. See where we are?
Yes.
Okay. Who wants to read? Who's got the place?
I think I've got the place, but I've just read. But just to make sure that I've got the place in any case, it's a Umi, Metzius, Omras.
2A2, right-hand column, second to the last paragraph. Thus the Gemora has explained.
Oh, that's another one.
Yeah, I don't know about that one.
That's-
Matzis Amras. Is
The
that
rabbi
right?
wants
Yeah.
to go, the rabbi wants to go before that.
The one on the left-hand column. Umi, Matzas, Imras, May. That it? Mitzvah.
Right? Yeah, that's where we are.
There. Right. So that's the second last paragraph on the left-hand column. The Gemara asks.
Right. The Gemora is asking a question here. Let's read this question. This is a follow-up question. Right? So right now we're saying, yes, we're saying that we would have thought that if it just said ani matzasiya, I found it, it would have meant that I spotted it first. I saw it first. And therefore that's why the Gemara has to say kula shali, to indicate that he's claiming not simply that he spotted it first, he's claiming that he picked it up first. And now the Gemara is challenging that explanation. Umi matzis amart. Can you say? Okay, so everybody got a place?
Yes.
Okay, Lou,
Me
you got
Matzah
it.
Matzis Amras. But you could
Okay.
thought to say that my mitzasiya. What is the meaning of I found it? Ra'isiha, I saw it. Vaha amar Rabbanai, but Rabbanai said, umitzasa, the biblical expression, and you find it, da'asai li yadei mashma, denotes that
Oh.
it came into his hand.
Uh-huh.
That's what you might have said. So that's the question that the Gemara is asking. Couldn't
All
be.
right. Now we got a question.
Couldn't it be
What?
that when he said I found it, it means he took physical possession of it? Now
Yeah, and really, the Gemara is saying not simply maybe that's what it means, but the Gemara is saying Baha Amar. Look, it says umatzasa. That one word there is one word of a pasuk that the Gemara is quoting. Gemara is quoting a pasuk from
Devarim 22.
yeah, we got to look up this pasuk.
Okay,
I have it here in a footnote.
great, thanks a lot. Okay.
And so you shall do with regard to any lost object of your brother that might be lost from him, and you find it.
Asher tovad imenu umatzasa is lost from him, and that you find it. Okay.
And so shall you do. What shall you do?
To return it to him. You have to see the pasuk before this. You have
Right.
to really see the pasuk in its natural habitat in the Chumash to appreciate what the full extent of what the pasuk is telling us. But
Mhm.
here is the mitzvah of Hashavas Aveda. To return a lost object. This is what we're talking about.
Mhm.
Yeah, but we don't. I'm gonna go. Maybe we'll. Okay, so in other words, the Gemara is saying that yeah. Well, let's take a look at the Rashis now. We got a Rashi, Tanakula Shali, which really is the answer that the Gemara gave before it asked this question that we're now holding in. So at that point, the Gemara is explaining why it was that the Mishnah needs to say Kulu Shali in addition to saying Ani Matzasiha. Let's take a look at that Rashi. Whose turn is it to read Rashi now? Phil?
Hine Kula Shali, it's all mine. That's that Gemora. There is a total hazaka on it. The Hegbati, Techila, that I picked it up first. But Ata Tifsata Miyadeh, you grabbed it out of my hand from me. Shezachiti ba that I had. He's saying I had it first, and you grabbed it from me.
Right? He's tying that Kulu Shali. Kulu Shali means the whole talus is mine. How could it be the whole talus is his? Is because he's saying that he picked it up before the other person picked it up. He picked it up first, and then he's saying that the other one came along and grabbed it away from him after I had already made a full acquisition over the entire talus. Okay, so that was what we said to explain why the Mishnah says Kulu Shali. So at that point, we were saying that Ani Matzasiha could mean possibly I saw it first, and but when therefore that would not be a sufficient claim to get awarded the talus. It's only because he said Kulu Shali in addition to saying Ani Matzasiha that he's going to be awarded a portion of the talus, because both of them really are saying it. Both of them are saying it. They're arguing about who got it first, right? So we don't know who picked it up first. He says he picked it up first. The other guy is saying the other guy is also saying Kulu Shali, right? He's not admitting that, oh yes, he's right, really. I really picked it up after him. No, he's not saying that. He's saying, both of them are saying kulu shali. Both of them are saying, I picked it up first, and the other guy who's holding on to it, he's the one that grabbed it away from me. Each one of them is saying that. And so in that case, where neither one of them has any witnesses, it's just basis on their claim. We don't know who's right. So what do? We tell them to swear, and then we'll divide the talis. We'll divide the value of the talis between them. That's the din. So at that point in the Gemora, we thought that this, what it says in the Mishnah, ani matzasiha, could have meant that he's just claiming that he saw it first, and therefore that's the explanation of why the Mishnah needs to say also that he claimed kulu shali. We're trying to explain why these two individuals have to make both of these statements. I'm ani matzasiha v'kulu shali. Now we get to the question that Lou just read in the Gemora. Now the Gemora is challenging this. That's a very nice explanation, except can you really say that when he said matzasiha, that all that means is that I saw it? The Gemara is challenging that explanation of the word matzasiha. And the Gemara says, but it says in the pasuk, it says mitzasa. Now, it's this Rabbanoi. The Gemara is saying Rabbanoi said that this was the pshat in the pasuk when it says mitzasa. He said that what it means when it says mitzasa, it means the asi liode mashma. So the Gemara is asking based upon Rabbanoi's interpretation of the pasuk. That's where we are right now, as we are going to conclude the Gemara right now, conclude the shir right now. So we have the question. We have the question, and now we're equipped to read the next part of the. Actually, we got a Rashi, and then we'll go to the Gemara's answer, but we'll do that tomorrow.
Thank you, Rabbi.
Okay, so don't forget what we got over here. It's all cleared up now. We have everything is very, very clear.
Lou, you still
Yes.
there?
Yes.
I'm not going today.
Oh,
All
you
right?
feeling
Change my-
okay?
Yeah, I changed my, I'm a little tired. So,
I see.
so-
Okay, all right.
All right.
Well,
Thank
thanks
you
for
very
letting me
much,
know.
Rabbi Levitt. See you.
All the best, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, Lou. Bye, Phil. Bye, Roy and Alan.
Bye-bye. Thank you.